Good day. Reed here. Reed here. I'm outside with my chickens for a moment. You can see my green roof in back of me is white with snow. It's really just a thin little layer. It's about 3 degrees minus outside. That's Celsius for everybody. And our low in this particular cold snap has been probably about minus 12, which from all accounts I've heard is about the lowest it's been here on Salt Spring Island. I'm up in BC, for anyone who's wondering where that is, in the Gulf Coast. And just brought out the compost, food scraps for the birds. And you can see 3 there. I put a little food in the feeder, a couple here. And I got 24 birds at this point in time. And the rest of them are huddled up inside. Now, if you know anything about chickens, you know that they don't really want to be outside in the cold, so they've been mostly indoors for this cold spell. And I thought I'd give you a little shot of this. I'm curious to see if this water situation out here will actually be in a good shape once the thaw happens. The automatic door has been fully functional through all this. That's the Chicken Guard stream version, and come inside for a moment. You see the birds are mostly kind of happy. They probably want me to close the human door. I'm actually happy with all the extra droppings in here. And I'm rocking a light on a timer so that I'm getting a 16-hour light cycle with the birds for more egg production. And I put this heat lamp in. You can see one bird's just like, give me the heat. This is some wool from sheep that I help care for on a property that I work on, and I put it around their feeder, their watering can rather, and the heat lamp is actually keeping the water from freezing, which has been great. And so I've got another vessel that I fill up with water to just have out here for them to peck at throughout the day, and it's going pretty good. We've managed to also not run out of water ourselves in the realm of pipes freezing and such. But the ground is at my feet. There's another little view. You can see the snow build up on my materials tarp there. Keeping the house warm with some fire. And these are the first rounds of 2B garden beds. If you want to know about how that's functioning, that's some old chicken manure that's on top. There's actually a bed of chicken manure underneath them. And I'm emptying our number 1, if you're familiar with number 1 and number 2, onto them to add nitrogen. Because what you do with that system is you add a bunch of nitrogen over the course of several weeks, and it begins the process for organisms to turn it into soil. And once that process gets going, before it looks like it's soil, the basic nutrients of soil are present. And with that, you can start growing food in it. Here comes my dog and our friend. Then I just wanted to show you a couple. Got this little mound there, that little mound there, another mound over here next to this teeny tiny walnut tree. I'll touch it so you can see it. There it goes, right in the view here. I pseudo-planted squash and covered them with chicken manure to hopefully have a nice little squash patch out here, which is just above my driveway space where we park cars at times. And oh yeah, from here, this is cool. You can now see the pond. Let's see if I can zoom in on that for y'all. It's covered with some ice right now. There used to be a big structure in the way. You can see a gate between those 2 trees there. So we gotta fix the fence line. But pretty nice, and it's not even for food that I'm putting in those squash plants. Squash do cross-pollinate, and we grow several squash at our other location of our farm. And so I just was like, you know what, they're kind of starting to rot and we're not getting to them, we might as well plant them up. Huh. And anyway, that's a little bit of what's happening here in our pseudo backyard area. I say pseudo because we hardly use it, but those bales are in my zone 1 for anyone following permaculture out there. The squash patch is like a 3 or 4 zone because it really doesn't get walked on that much. And I want to have at least some greens planted so I can walk past them and pick them for my breakfast. Wishing you all the best today. Stay cozy. Have too much fun.